going?
One of the surgeons hoping to operate today is gastric bypass specialist, consultant Mr. Ahmed.
Ah, Rona, hi, how are you? Do we know what the bed status is?
I've spoken to Fendi and I've explained to her that we need 2 beds for the bypasses.
Yeah. I mean, and you're telling me that at the moment we have 1 bed?
I don't have any bed at the moment.
No beds.
Level 1, so...
41-year-old Daniel is one of 5 patients today on Mr. Ahmed's list.
There's a little bit of me in the back of my mind which is anxious, but fingers crossed we got a bed and we can get this done. That I can go through another being sent away and having to wait for another appointment again.
Daniel has been waiting a year and a half for his weight loss surgery.
I am 27 stone and I have a BMI of just short of 50. Family history has not been great, so all our parents are no longer with us, so they've all passed away through one ill health or another. So if I can sort of increase my chances of a longer life and a healthier life, it's got to be good. I don't want to be another statistic where sort of my girls are sort of growing up without their dad. I don't want them to be saying goodbye to me at 45.
Daniel's surgery is scheduled to take place in St Mary's £10 million Surgical Innovation Centre. It has its own dedicated weight loss operating theatre and oversized beds for clinically obese patients.
Hi, Mandy, how are you? Do you have any questions about it?
When St Mary's is close to capacity, the weight loss beds are regularly redeployed to higher priority patients from across the hospital.
Where does bariatric surgery kind of sit in the pecking order at St Mary's in terms of who gets cancelled?
Well, unfortunately, it's low down on the priority list. It's often our patients that get cancelled because there's a lack of beds. The beds will first go to patients that are coming in through accident emergency, and then lastly it'll be elective surgery like bariatric surgery and other specialties as well. I mean, I don't want to say that mine is the only one that's suffering this problem. Any kind of elective non-cancer surgery, gets hit.
When the centre opened in 2012, Mr. Ahmed and his team performed 750 operations. Last year, they completed just 150.
If you look at the number of patients who meet our national NHS criteria for bariatric surgery, we should be doing about 1.5 million operations a year in this whole country. But I can tell you last year, we probably only did about 9,000.
The last time it got cancelled was one of the most difficult days that I've had in quite a long time.
We have this endless number of patients that's building up that don't get their surgery because there's actually no beds in the hospital.
That is our 82nd complaint from a lady patient of ours. I was referred for bariatric surgery at St Mary's in April 2015. On calling the team at Mary's, I was informed I would only possibly get a date February next year, 2017. Putting aside the growing desperation to get my surgery done and the stresses this is causing, this is influencing my ability to make decisions on my career because I am in limbo. This journey has taken the better part of 4 years. Can you please help?
The waiting list for bariatric surgery is one of the longest in the Trust.
I think generally there's a feeling that we're victimising them and not giving them...
Yes.
We're withholding surgery. And what I try to get across is that it's not personal, but that there is... I think there is a stigmatisation against obesity, and that's part of the problem, that we're not prioritising these operations. Because in general, there's a perception that obesity is not as big a problem or somehow a lifestyle problem that people have caused themselves.
It's sad to say, but we get a fair amount of complaints, and there is a common theme, which is basically that people who struggle with this disease have to wait so long to get treatment. How many patients do we have tomorrow coming for surgery?
I think there's 4.
All right. So the 28-day cancellations?
4th time coming in.
4th time?
Yes. Oh, yeah. The other 2 are 3rd time coming in.
3rd time coming in.
So it's 2 3-time cancellations and a 4th time cancellation. So that's 10 cancellations on the list tomorrow already happened previously.
Unbelievable. All right.
If Daniel's operation goes ahead today, he'll need to recover for 2 days afterwards on the ward.
We're going to just pop over to the Linda wing, which is the private unit of St Mary's Hospital.
With no beds available, Mr. Ahmed has a plan to ensure Daniel's operation can happen.
We were able to have a negotiation which has allowed the NHS part of our hospital to buy 2 beds for after surgery for 2 of my patients.
The Lindo Wing is a 39-bed private hospital, owned and operated by Imperial Trust. Profits from the Lindo are reinvested into the trust and used to support its NHS services.
It's one of the primary private units in London, so it's very popular. I mean, you obviously remember, Prince George and Princess Charlotte were born here not so long ago, so yeah, it's very important.
Good morning, in the reception. Duvika speaking. How can I help you?
Hello. Oh, there she is. Are you going to take 2 of my patients today?
Yes, I am. We're ready for you.
All right, perfect.
The Lindo can accommodate Mr. Ahmed's NHS patients today because it's not currently full of private clients. The costs of nursing them in the private Lindo during their recovery from surgery will be borne by Mr. Ahmed's NHS bariatrics budget.
The alternative, which is not to use these private beds, would be for us not to do any surgery. And that would be a complete waste of money because it costs the NHS, I think, roughly about £20 a minute to run an operating room. So you can imagine with all the team and the staff that's there, and if we don't operate, that's costing a lot of money and a lot of wastage. So at least by paying a little bit and getting these extra beds, so at least 2 of our cases don't get cancelled, I think that's a great idea.